Hello again. Oh, what am I doing? Okay. Hello again, everyone. The next serial part of Für Elise tonight. Last night we did the first part of it, which was this much. Actually, it goes a little further, that part, which I'm not going to talk about tonight, so I'll do the next part. You have an extra E. Okay, then that part gets repeated exactly as it was. Then we go into a new part. Now, I will play the new part that we're going to talk about tonight. Then we're going to go through it. We're going to go through it dit by dot by pedaling, by everything. This is the newer part. There it is. The whole part. Now, where are the arrows? Let's take a look at our arrows here. They're very much like the ones we did. We still are talking about that rhythm, dit, da, dit, da. And on the da, you have that rotation. What changes now are basically the notes we're playing. And start on 2 here. I'll write a big 2 here. Try to get that on the page later. See the big 2? Okay. We're starting with 2 on that E. We're preparing our left hand for a C octave. We're going to rotate that C octave. And remember, it's a drop and roll. And up here we have the dit dot it. And as I told you last night, we have partial jellos here. Low jello, jello, low. Okay? Low jello, jello, gel. And that one is, this guy is going to be part of the next jello. But don't worry about that now. That's without the pedal. With pedal. The pedal will probably still be down from the one before this. Okay? That's that guy. Not much different from what we had. It's a very simple one. We have the octave here instead of that. Okay? Now the next one is very similar to one of the ones we had in the first part. Let's take a look. Right here. What's new is we have this 7th leap, but it's really not a it's a leap right here. You can see it up here. Okay? A lot of kids, they want to play it all as this one big legato mess. But you can't get your accents that way. With the pedal down. Okay? You don't want to over pedal it too much. I kind of pedal him separately from these and that one. Now the left hand is the part I want to talk about. Remember in the first part we had this guy, where you had to play the octave and go to the black key with the second finger? Well, we're going to do the same kind of thing, except it's going to be white keys, the G right here, G, G, B, right there, G, G, B. To me, it's not as comfortable as the other one, because 2 going to the black key is just a little bit more comfortable than putting it over on the white key B, middle B. So, we put that together. What do we have? Notice all these resultants are the same. Right, 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 both, left, left. They pretty much all do that. The one before did it, that we just did. Right, 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 both, left, left. Right, 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 both, left, left. And this one, Right, 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 both, left, left, with the pedal down. Okay. Then the next one brings us back into some familiar territory. In this guy, we have F, and then the E, the seventh again. We've got to go up to 7. But that's a short note. Long, short, long. Dot, dot, right, 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 both, left, left. Same resultant that we had. He just came down a step from here. We're going to look at that in a second. Came down just a step, coming down 2. And the left hand is an oldie but goodie. A, E, A. That was the first one we did in the piece. So we've got, okay, that guy. Okay, and if you want to pedal it, that's fine. I do when I, of course, perform it. Everybody does. All right, then we have the last guy. And what is the last guy? Last guy is this, and he's gonna look just like the other guys we just played. Bum ba dum bum. The seventh, the dit da dit da again, and the left hand's got the 3 notes, but this one is a little kind of crazy down here. It's the last part of part 2. It's the last end of part 2. It's an E and E and an E, and everybody goes, oh, my right hand started on 1. I guess I'll use a 1 in the right hand for that, but you don't. You use 2 in the left hand for that. And let's take a look at it. That's a fairly big rotation, and this is very, very wristy. Your left hand wrist is going to project that 2 up to that note. We'll take a look at it alone here. Take a look at it. 5 on low E, thumb on E, and as you do that, it's going over like that. It's like flying in air, like diving off a diving board. And you've got 5, 1, 2. And you're only going to hit that note very quickly. And you're going to be off it. That can take some practice. So what have we got here? We have 1, 5, 1, 3. Dit da dit da. You're going to hear me say that all over the place. You've already heard me say that all over the place. I'll do it in slow motion with no pedal. Okay? And I'll leave you hanging with a cliffhanger on where that note's going. For tomorrow night, we'll be finishing the whole thing, that whole A part tomorrow night. Okay? So, let me play what we've got here in order of what we just said. Let's start over here with that first guy. We have the C, the G, back to the A, and the E. The right hand is going up the scale. The thumb is on the G. The thumb drops to the F. The thumb drops to the E. So it's very sequential. That should help a little bit in remembering what to do. But there's one thing not to do. Let me warn you about this. What kids want to do is this. And they want to keep the hand locked here so they can just move down. And here. I don't suggest that. Just remember it is G to the F to the E. But be more limber than that. Let that hand go up to that high note and just go with it. Don't lock. Don't lock over this position. That's a real hard thing to do with some players when they're first learning this. Just watch me play the right hand. I'll show you what I mean. I'm going to play without the left hand, just to show you. I'm going to use pedal, though. You can see I'm not making an effort to stay here, here, and here. That's sort of related to the legato curse, so be careful of that. Okay, so same thing with the left hand, actually. Sorry. What we're not trying, some kids want to stay there and go, then I've only got to get down to G by sliding that pinky down. Bad idea. Very bad idea. Okay? No. The hands are going to play what they're going to play, and they're all going to do each of these arrows in a very free style. Okay? So, that takes care of the end here. I also want to talk about something else tonight quickly. Um, and I think I have a few minutes to do that. Yeah, I think I do. I think we're all set on this. Tomorrow night we'll do the next part, which if you'd like me to, I'll play it for you the next part, okay? The next part would be right back to the beginning. It's very short. It's very short. But I want to be very careful about how we approach it. What you play is not tough in that section. How you maintain your meter is the hard part of that section. And people get lost all the time. So I want some nice time to talk about it. But I wanted to throw in another quick thing tonight about finger independence. There's an exercise I used to do that you guys might have a little bit of fun with, or get frustrated to the daylights out of you. It was an exercise by an Henri Herz, Herz. It's French, obviously, and he devised these exercises, which can be dangerous. I don't want you to take them too seriously, but he was trying to develop. I had a student today that just had a little trouble doing. Actually, it was yesterday. We had to play something like this, or this. This is in the piece too. That kind of thing where she had to hold the one key down and play other keys because of you couldn't really use the pedal. You could, but you had to pedal during it, and you didn't want to lose the note. There was what is Henri Hertz's exercise? The exercise was this, and like I say, be careful. I don't want people to get stiff on this or anything else. But he would push down the 5 keys, both hands, but I'll just do the right hand now, silently, so you couldn't hear them. And then I'll show you some of the variations on what he did. He wanted you first to play one of the fingers without letting any of the other fingers come up. Now the danger here is that you're going to push hard on these. You don't want to do that. You want to depress the hand and use as little weight as possible, and then try to play this. Now, with that note down, play the next finger. Then with that finger down silently, the next one. And this was what happens when you first try it, is you do this and you lift the third finger to play it, and a bunch of fingers come up with it because they're not terribly independent. So when you're the hardest one, of course, is this 4th finger. Okay? And then of course your pinky. Now, remember, I've said many times, we don't play with that action as violently as that, but to develop some independence of fingers so that one finger can be down while others play. And that finger has not come up. Probably a better way to have done it. I practiced it a long time, 40 years ago, whatever. And I can do stuff like this, not to show off, but I can do stuff where I put these 2 fingers down very relaxed and play. And play those other 3 fingers, okay? The left hand particularly. And I'm holding these 2 down while I'm doing it. I'm playing the Alberti pattern. Finger independence can be valuable. This is not a real piano playing exercise, but it is a finger independence exercise. And you may want to try it out. It's on Henri Herz, and maybe I can make a copy of it and put it up on the resources page. It's spelled Henri, not Y, and Herz as in 0. And they're called scales and exercises. So anyway, it was just something. There are lots of these little exercises that are very valuable for independence and fingers being able to do things that we normally don't do. Okay, there's the reason I'm showing it to you is because there's a piece in a Gillock book that goes. How does it go again? Oh, that's it. And you see those Fs, they get held down the whole time. That finger's not going anywhere. So, it's just a little technique along the way. I'm only thinking of it. I probably wouldn't make a whole 20-minute broadcast out of it, but just something to think of. So the name of tonight's will be Für Elise Part 2 and Henri. Okay? Anyway, I think we're good, and we were going to be looking forward to Für Elise Part 3 tomorrow. And when words fail, music speaks.